Apple is rumored to be working on a new Apple TV, and if you're someone out there who's actually looking to buy one right now, and if you're wondering whether or not a new model is coming anytime soon, or if it's even worth waiting for that new model, I'm here to tell you, I don't personally think so, but let's go over everything that's rumored, and you can decide for yourself. Now, I'm not sure that this is going to excite many of you out there, but rumors suggest that the new Apple TV could be one of the first devices to feature Apple's newly designed Wi-Fi and Bluetooth chip. Bloomberg's Mark Gurman has said that this chip will support Wi-Fi 6E, which would be an upgrade over the current Apple TV standard Wi-Fi 6 support. Wi-Fi 6E extends the capabilities of Wi-Fi 6 to the 6 GHz band, enabling faster wireless speeds and reduced signal interference with compatible devices and router. Now, this is not only important because, you want your stream of whatever content you're watching to come in clear with no interruptions, but also the Apple TV is one of the few devices that can act as a HomeKit hub for your smart home devices. So in theory, we should expect some improvements there with the Apple TV and some smart home products. When it comes to the design, things will be more or less the same. I mean, the box might shrink a little bit, at least in terms of its thickness. Apple has been trying to make a lot of its devices thinner, and so I won't be surprised if there are some changes in that regard. But we're still expecting roughly the same I/O ports as before, which is really just the connector for the power, so the power supply that's built in, gigabit Ethernet if you have the Wi-Fi and Ethernet model, and an HDMI port. No major design changes have really been rumored for the next Apple TV specifically, but Gurman said Apple is considering adding a built-in camera to a future model. tvOS 17 added a FaceTime app to the Apple TV, allowing users to have video calls by using the rear camera on a connected iPhone or iPad. If the Apple TV gained a built-in camera, users would no longer need to rely on having an external device for video calls, which makes it a lot more convenient. This could actually be really useful for families that might want this, who use it a lot for that specific reason, and maybe don't want to have to mount their phone or iPad up on the mantle, or even for a lot of offices and conference rooms where Apple TVs are very prevalent in. Unsurprisingly, the next Apple TV is also expected to be equipped with a newer chip for faster performance. Now, the current Apple TV is equipped with an A15 Bionic chip, and that's definitely capable of doing pretty much everything you need on this box. Now, since then, Apple's actually released several newer A-series chips like the A16 Bionic, the A17 Pro, and the A18 and A18 Pro. Now, for me personally, I think the A17 Pro makes a lot of sense, not only from a gaming perspective, which, by the way, that chip did a lot for hardware accelerated ray tracing, and Apple has shown off a lot of its games, Apple Arcade games, new titles coming to not only the iPhone, the Mac, the iPad, but also I played a lot in some showcases on the Apple TV because you can bring in any Bluetooth controller and connect it to this tiny little set-top box that can go in any situation. And so that does make it a pretty good option for some casual gaming. Now, the other aspect of where I think the A17 Pro makes sense is Apple Intelligence. This is something where I feel like Apple Intelligence could truly shine. Amazon and others have already implemented its AI features for some of their TV streaming boxes, and I think Apple could definitely offer some features that would make like finding content to watch with the help of AI and maybe writing a few prompt-based details out there and figuring out what you want to watch just a lot easier in a sea of just never-ending content. Using AI to determine what it is that you like and what you might want to watch would be really helpful. And lastly, the Apple TV might get a price decrease. So the A17 Pro chip's going to be a little harder to fit in a sub $100 price tag, but Apple analyst Min-Chi Kuo is saying that it's possible that this device could come in at under $100. Right now, it's currently priced at $149 and $129 respectively, depending on which one you go with. Now, when the Apple TV will launch is another mystery. The timeline, if you look at it and you go by Apple's past behaviors when it comes to launching an Apple TV, it's kind of all over the place. There were models launched in October, April, March, and in September, twice actually. So I guess I'd put my money on that. And latest rumors are suggesting a late 2025 timeframe. So anywhere from September to December is probably a good bet. So if you're looking to buy a new streaming box from Apple this year and you don't want to wait until that September to December timeframe, I'd say personally go for it. I would feel confident doing it for myself. I don't think there's going to be a whole lot of features that you might miss out on. Apple Intelligence being the one that I would be pretty bummed on. But if you don't care about AI finding the things that you want to watch for you, and you just want to do that yourself, and you want a nice, clean, minimal looking, really good set-top box for your TV setup, then I think you'll be happy with getting any of the latest Apple TV models that you can get right now. But of course, I would love to hear from you in the comments down below. What do you think? Where do you want the Apple TV to go from here? What missing features are you looking for? Let me know down in those comments. This has been Dan with MacRumors. Thanks so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you around in the next video.